Now, back to these. Also, I'm realizing I have a clock that's been covered on my other screen here, so let's get that stuff put away so I can actually see the time. Alright, up we go. I should have all of the things, except bones, delivered now. Yes, I do. I have all of the things but the bones. And this should have oil in it. Good. Very good. Of course it's not a big enough stuff. Anyway. So many of these. Oh, don't. Not that side. In fact, you know what? I've realized something. I've sort of limited myself on my overall height here. I need to reverse this whole thing, don't I? Or do I just live with this and plan out so that we are actually limited by the height? I think I'll do that as is. Yeah. I'm okay with this, actually. We're gonna have that line there to mark the furthest extent of stuffs. We'll have our little mini mall up top, although it's gonna be interesting. Mini bus, I should say. Alright, you are operational. Good. Fully operational. Producing all of the biomass. Next on this list of things, so that's that taken care of. What shall be next? Probably what will eventually be this, I don't know. Going into the 32 microorganisms. It's good to set this up for the eventuality of this requirement. So I have 30 automated factories on me. What is the summary? I need 34. No! Why? So I'll need to go pick up more automated factories. That's a shame. That is a shame. So this is gonna take an input here. Someone forgot to make a power backup. What? Oh, you're back. Power is back. What did he miss? What did Immortal miss in the last 20 to 40 minutes? I've finished my train station for the substrate and have begun making biomass from oil. That is what I have done. And I am currently in process of setting up the rest of this stuff here. That is what I'm doing, and I'm realizing I don't even need this. This isn't the next step, buddy. This is not the next step here. I need to work from the bottom up. Work from the bottom up. Throat, please. So, that means 6 of those. With one of those, do that thing to go down. This will go up and be like here. What? What do you mean, why not use crude? I am using crude. I'm using crude for biomass. I'm using crude for biomass, and I'm using... Like, crude oil has a fuel value of 82.5 kilojoules at the moment. The crude oil, pretty sure, ends up as a lot more fuel value doing this conversion from crude into biomass. Pretty sure that's a gain in fuel value. I would expect it to be a gain in fuel value. This is going to consume 2.4 biomass per second. So 2.4 biomass is, yep, 240. Or it says fuel value is 240 megajoules, but is that true? I need 320 steam. Each one of these is 1.8. 60 over 1.8, 30, or the 1.8 over 60 times 320. Hello, welcome. Welcome. 9.6 megajoules total. Which would be 4 times 2.4. 9.6 megajoules. Now, as crude oil of 82.5 kilojoules, 4 crude is 1 biomass. So 4 units of crude is the same as 1 biomass, you're saying. No. Or for it's the conversion, right? So .33 is less than 4. We're just thinking about, but also those oil burners are bigger, and I'm not currently carrying any around. So, end of discussion, right there. They're bigger, and I'm not carrying them at the moment. I'm building with what I have here, trying to save a trip. It ultimately does not matter in the slightest. Or in this case, 147.2 turns into 36.78. So, 47.2 divided by 36.78, that is 4 units, approximately, yes. 4 units of oil, crude oil, per biomass. In which case, 4 units of crude oil at 82.5 kilojoules, 82.5 kilojoules times 4 is 330 kilojoules. You started a pie map and need a piece of moss. Where can you find one? Kill rocks until you find one. Stones have moss for your first moss. That's how you're supposed to get it. It will take a while. It'll take killing a lot of rocks at the moment to get your first moss. But anyway, yeah, so 330 kilojoules becomes 4 megajoules. Right? With that is the fuel value is the same as coal. So this process in this compost plant converts 330 kilojoules into 4 megajoules, minus, of course, the power used in the plant itself. So minus the 517, whatever, 500 kilowatts of power that's used to do it. That's a per second thing, but that's not a per cycle thing, but you get what I mean here. Crafting speed 2, so it's half of that. Watts are joules per second, so this particular machine can do 2 cycles per second. That's crafting speed of 2. I'm assuming this recipe is if this recipe is a per second recipe, but anyway. Which means that it is better to convert the crude oil into biomass and use it as boilers. And pro tip, if you want rocks, use alien biomes. You will have all of the rocks you could ever imagine by using alien biomes on your map. You will have way more rocks than you will ever know, or that you will ever want. Of course, you're always going to have the rocks, so even as you get past that initial hurdle, that will be a thing that you're going to have to deal with the entire game. I don't think you need a starting seaweed to be just handed to you. There should be plenty of seaweed in that starting water to get you going. It's the moss that's the problem, as well as the sap that is the slight problem, and that's just a balancing thing for getting the proper percentage output on that. The moss should be a greater chance to get. It's too many rocks. Too many rocks, and I'm pretty sure that King is working on that after having done so himself, actually in a playthrough, trying to find moss and realizing, oh hey, this is a bit much. 11 high-pressure furnaces. I have 10 on me. How many do I have in the vehicle? Another 10. Which I am supposedly... Oh, I had another 20. Why am I auto-trashing more than 10? I don't know. Where's the thingy? Icon. U. Infinity. I'm almost full. I'm almost full here. Now I am full here. Oops. So, 11 of these things. That works. You make agar. Or you will eventually, at some point in the future, make agar, and don't have to do anything involving agar at the moment. This is an impending change, by the way. This is all being built in preparation for a change that hasn't happened yet. That is in the code to happen at some point. That's what all this is for. And it is seaweed in to agar out. So the seaweed is going to come in right here. And it's going to come in through the train that has the petri dishes. So all the way down here at the very end, going to have to go all the way over and then up. So I'll put you there just as a reminder to myself that this is going to be the petri dishes. Which, you know, it's going to be the seaweed eventually. For now, it's petri dishes. I'm actually going to cut it off at the end over here because well, I'm going to cut it off like somewhere around there where it's going to go up into the arrays of incubated petri dishes. Ah, good, that does power the buildings as well. There we go. These will need to output onto the thing. A belt. Question was asked by Dexmark on Discord, by the way, how I am so fast at actually doing these builds. To which my response was basically, you know, about a little over 2,000 hours worth of experience. You know, just right about a bit over 2,000 hours worth of experience is how that speed has happened. It's just, I don't have to think about the actual building of the logistics. That's what takes a lot of time, normally, is having to think about the logistics. Once you've done it enough times and you don't have to think about it anymore, that's where the speed comes in. So this next step is 7 automated factories. Like, okay, I've got those. I will build 7 right there. These are making agar, or petri dishes. Actually, these are making petri dishes. They're going to need empty petri dishes. These are going to loop in, I guess, from the top. And that's the belt. Part of it is pre-planning. Part of it is just knowing how I want the belts arranged. That was 6, not 7, excuse me. See, and mistakes still happen. It's not that I don't lose any time to the occasional error. Alright, and these will output the petri dishes. And then, so do I actually, you know what, I'm gonna do it this way. So that, 32, that's gonna take a few lengths. So what I'll do is that. And that'll be the petri dishes in. Hey, congrats, you found a moss. You actually got your moss. Good, congrats, yes. You no longer have to kill all the rocks to find a moss. Once you have your first one, that's all you need. You will have infinite supplies going forward. Where is this line? Yep, time to breed it. Alright, so there's that. Petri dishes! Next. Microorganism farms. Huzzah, hello, welcome. 32. Microorganism farms. Might want that one more tile off. Yep, sets of fate. That's the plan. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a chance to get Mark II moss, seaweed, or sap tree in the wild? Nice? Yes. Required? Absolutely not. I mean, lots of stuff would be nice to have, but let's be a little bit realistic about things. So it's going to be this times 2, right? Also, you know, helping speed is also use of shortcuts. Shortcuts help a lot towards being able to do things quickly. Knowing your shortcuts, using your hotbar. I don't actually use my hotbar enough, to be completely honest. And I don't use the shortcuts for the hotbar enough. I'm pretty sure I have it set so that I could do like a shift. Yeah, I could use shift or... there was some... I think I have a thing for line 3 as well. Yeah, Q is amazing for speed to help out with that as well. Having even distribution helps a lot, just in general. That's just Shift C to get rid of stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be what I have to do there. Yep, cut, paste, all that good stuff. Works wonders. These things are like mining drills, by the way. They just operate for you. You don't need to worry about them once they are doing their thing. Paste. And that, as they say, is that. That is that. I'm gonna do this a little further up on the combining of stuff. There we go. Hello, incubated petri dishes. Beautiful and wonderful incubated petri dishes that aren't actually used in the fungal substrate. Remember, we just need fungal substrate. Greater than 0 fungal substrate. That's all I really need at this moment in time. I'm just doing this entire build for all 3 of them. So that I don't have to do it later. It's as simple as that. I'm doing this build for all 3 of them. Yes, that was this thing. It's fortunately not full of water right now. Was not full of water. I hate when that happens and it actually has water in it. That sucks. If there was a screaming cat sound, would have been great. Yeah, so I'm keeping the door shut at the moment. The kittens are a bit too playful, shall we say, to allow in at this moment in time. They like biting wires. So, yes, let's not have them in a room with a ton of wires at the moment. So they're not in here. Eventually, I'm sure I will let them in while I'm streaming to show them off, but they're young kittens. Like that doesn't bode well with young kittens, and especially when one of them has already been looking at my green screen to try to and has been thinking about climbing this green screen behind me. So, yeah, that would not be good if like having them climbing the green screen with the claws and everything. It's like, I'm pretty sure this is already rotted material on this green screen, and it'll just rip completely. One of these days, I'll need to get a new one. That's all of that taken care of. Wow. Wow. Do I have gas refineries? I do. I need 2 of them. Oh, I'm out of inserters. Aha. Alright. Now I know. Look at the last git commit. Uh-oh. What is this last git commit? Let's bring up Pi repos alien life. Oh, I see petroleum handling got an update 6 hours ago as well. What is this commit? Fungi immortal. Stuff has been modified for Fungal Substrate stuff involving Fungi. Lots of changes there, as well as doubling the output of the Fungal Substrate recipe and Fungal Substrate 2 recipe and Fungal Substrate 3 recipe. Alright, so basically what's happened is all of these numbers, cut every single one of these numbers in half. Or take all of these numbers and double them. That's effectively what's just happened with the latest git commit to Pyalien Life. So basically this build is going to end up doing 10, 20, and 30. That's what's just happened. All right. I mean, yeah, it's nice. It's really nice, especially with the return of the empty petri dishes. Having that loop on these last two, that covers all bases basically. That has made these very much worth doing, and then of course the changes to the Fungi makes it more useful as well. All right, I need hot air as well. Oops. I don't need a lot of hot air though. I need 125. Ugh, 3. One tile. One tile. When I was like, ugh, 3, it's just that these take up to 4 to provide enough. All right, these are Mark 2s. I only need 2. Yay! Hey, it's Mark 2s. Right, the math is different. Because regenerative heat exchangers are one of those things that don't need that don't have Mark 2s, 3s, or 4s of them, which makes things a little bit funky as you go along the lines for pressure pumps in particular, as well as, you know, the advanced foundries, but those have never quite been to any ratio. Up, down. Grab those. And that is hot air. Ta-da! Grab the biomass. Oh. Yeah, that's a slight little issue, but I guess I'll do that. Like, oh. Spacing is everything, right? Hey, we got flue gas. Now for the phytoplankton. Phytoplankton, where are you? There you are. I need 19. I need 20 phytoplankton. Ah, boy. Alright. Yes, aka 20. AKA this times 2. Oh boy. No. Fluid outputs. Fluid output. And input. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. There's a... There's a sound on rotation now. Did you know that there's a sound on rotation at this moment in time in Factorio? Factorio makes sounds when you rotate stuff now. I need to... Ooh. I sort of like that alignment. Yes, 18 fit, so I need 18. I had a feeling that 10 wasn't going to fit. I had this funny feeling that 18 wasn't going to fit or that the full 20 wasn't going to fit in 2 lines of 10. That is very saddening. Yeah, just power, of course, is in the middle. Don't have to worry about any shenaniganry there. Just add water. Because I'm lazy, I'll add it on both sides. Even though, yeah, I guess sorta needs more than one. But in this case, it's going to use 4! Because reasons. That's... Why did I... Why? Just... Why? I would have to offset. Yeah. Yeah. Just offset. It looks a little weird, but it's not. It's not at all weird. Because it works. And it saves space. Yeah, there's gonna be quite a few important changes in the next Alien Life release. Just going through all the commits lately, it's just there's a ton of stuff that I really would like to have that have been modified in there. Also, apparently, work has been made on the Tholen's things. Edit the crap out of hot air to fix it being stuff. Yes, that's, of course, also going to be a thing. So a lot of the hot air processing, I guess, is getting changes. Hot air stuff is changing. Uh-oh. And then, yeah, Tholen overhaul is also supposedly going to come through soon. Very soon. So all of that is coming. Yes, new rocket stuff is going to be very, very nice. I'm just looking briefly at... What was this? 6 hours ago? Add Outpost 2 17 hours ago. Oh boy. Fixes of stuff. Cotton Gut Mark IIs require small part -2. Yeah, instead of advanced small part. Yeah, that's a problem. Renea Mark II breeding stuff has sulfuric... Oh, phosphoric acid for Renea Mark II. Interesting. Add Outpost 2 stuff, whatever that means. Outpost mining. Don't I need more than one blue inserter for 6.25 for the biomass input? Where exactly? On the things? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. On these. Yeah. Wasn't paying attention. It's it needs those, basically. When it's all operating fully to properly feed this. But anyway, those are done now. Those are done now. Just combine the pipes on those, and we're good, right? Oh, right, I need to pick up more factories. Because we are officially ready to place down the factories that will make the various stuff. And I've got a load of stuff to get rid of and offload at the mall. All this trash, all this beautiful trash needs to go somewhere. Let's head to the mall and get rid of it. We're actually already ready to do all of this. And then when we get that update, this is all going to just double all these outputs. It's going to be pretty nice. Pretty nice. Means I won't have to touch it for a while. Ideally.